Hey guys, so here's our winner for the PvP part of the guide competition. It has had a Dharokorasi PK for incredible loot made by Guides for Scapers or Goody Plays. I hope you guys enjoy it and feel free to rate and give it a thumbs up if you do, and here you go.
This week's guide is on a method I like to call Darakorasi. The requirements for this guide are at least a full set of Daroks, the ability to use Korasi's sword, experience PKing. It is suggested that you have multiple PK sets, which will be explained further in the video. Willingness to lose your items, as you will need to risk in order to get kills with this method. This isn't limited to Korasi, so you can use other hard hitting weapons such as Dragon Claws or an Armadillo Godsword. However, this does require a lot more risk. The special effect of the Darok set is that the more damage you've taken, the harder you can hit. If you have a way of controlling how much damage you take, you can predict when you're going to hit high, and you can get very easy KOs. To use the full Darok set, you will need 70 attack, strength and defense. However, it is definitely suggested having higher stats to use this method. The Lunar spell, Vengeance, unlocked after the quest Lunar Diplomacy and with a magic level requirement of 94, is one of the key factors in this method. You will not be needed to use this spell, however it is definitely suggested. The main goal is to use your opponent's spell against them, by using it to lower your health and make your Daroks hit higher. If you're fighting someone that doesn't have Vengeance, then this method is likely not to work. The suggested weapon for this method is the Korasi's sword. To obtain this sword you need to have completed the quest The Void Stares Back, and you also need 78 attack and strength to wield it. However, once again it is definitely suggested that you have much higher stats to use this method. The special attack of the Korasi's sword deals guaranteed damage between 50 and 150% of your max hit. This basically guarantees you to do a decent chunk of damage on your opponent. You can use this on their Vengeance spell to drastically increase the likelihood of you hitting hard with your Darok axe. Two alternative weapons are Dragon Claws and an Armadillo Godsword. Dragon Claws require 60 attack to wield and they are extremely powerful. They do a lot of damage in a very short amount of time and can be used in the place of Korasi. However, they are a lot more expensive and would require you to risk a piece of your Darok to use. The same goes for an AGS, however it's very slow, so it makes it a lot harder to combo someone without them being able to eat out of it first. The Armadillo Godsword requires 75 attack to wield. The special attack of the Armadillo Godsword hits with a 25% damage boost. The basic method is waiting until you're on around 700 life points when in a fight, and waiting for your opponent to have used the spell Vengeance. Once they have done that, use Korasi's sword or your alternative special weapon, and not only does this deal them damage, it lowers your health, increasing the damage that you will deal with the Darok's axe. If you then immediately pull out your Darok's axe and hit them with it, you could hit extremely high, and it's unlikely that if you get a decent hit they'll be able to survive. As you can see in this clip here, with the lowered HP you can hit extremely high, and generally they're already on very low health, so they would, even if they used Rocktails and Brews, they would not be able to eat out of your hits. Obviously that is a factor of luck, there's nothing stopping you hitting a 0, but it is rare with such low HP. When you are on such low HP you need to be very aware of PJs, as they can quite easily kill you. So just make sure that if you do see anyone around that is potentially going to PJ you with a Korasi sword or claws, you are prepared for them when they attack you and you don't get killed by someone that isn't even the one fighting you. Another way to boost your chances of getting kills is by using the prayers Wrath or Retribution. Wrath is a curse on the Ancient Curses prayer book, which requires 89 prayer to use. You must have of course completed the Temple at Seniston quest. When you die, Wrath can deal up to 297 life points of damage. That can be easily enough to KO someone, especially if you've already hit them down to low health. The alternative to Wrath is Retribution, which is on the normal prayer book and requires 46 prayer to use. This can deal up to 247 life points of damage to your opponent as you die. These prayers are very useful, as a lot of the time you'll both be on very low health, and if you are going to be risking it you do want that extra chance of KOing them after you die, and you can run back and get your own loot. This setup is what I would call a low setup. You don't risk anything significant. The biggest part of your risk is the Korasi, and the only issue with this is that not many people will want to fight you. You have extremely hard hitting gear and massive defense bonus with not much risk, and you will definitely struggle to find fights in this gear. This setup is what I'd call the medium setup. You won't struggle as much to find fights, however, if there's not many people on, you can still get rejected multiple times in a row. The Dragon Boots, Glory and Barrow's Gloves make a huge difference. You will definitely take less damage and deal a lot more in this sort of gear, so it's always worth taking in my opinion. As stated earlier, you can use other weapons such as Dragon Claws and Aegis to lower your health, which is what this setup, I call this setup the high risking setup. If you were to skull in this gear, plenty of people that risk Dharok and more will be more than willing to fight you, and you can use the Dharokorasi method equally as well and KO them quite easily. In this clip here you'll see a very good example of Dharokorasi. Although the guy I was fighting didn't risk much, it's still a very good example clip and shows perfectly how it works. So I attack him. The second that I see he is venged, I use Kerasi. Although I didn't hit particularly high, it was enough to lower my health enough, and then I pull out the Dharok's axe and I hit a decent hit for the KO. Although I didn't hit particularly high with the Dharok axe, I could have hit well above what I did hit. So even if he had eaten one or two more times, I still could have one hit him. And that's it for this guide. Hope this helps you out. If you liked the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up.
Thanks, Goody, for that awesome guide. It definitely deserved to win the PvP category. Alright guys, so feel free to click any of the 3 annotations on your screen. Go check out his channel. Say thank you for an amazing guide. He made a new channel after he made this, so this will take you to his new channel instead of the Guides for Scapers channel. Take you to Goody Place. You can also click my channel annotation link if you want to go there, or you can click that subscribe button in the middle of your screen under PvP to make sure you stay updated on all the newest and best guides. Thanks again for watching.